Hey there! Bob from Oregon's Constant Gardener. Welcome to the OCGFAM show. So the garden's looking pretty good. Lots of flower sites on our rebate, peppers on our Aleppo coming in nice. Coyote Zigzag looks like he's pretty happy. We got some pretty good sized peppers on our Urfa Bieber. And our jigsaws are growing up big and strong. They're the tallest ones of the bunch. So what we're doing seems to be working pretty well. So what I'm thinking is that we'll briefly go over what we have been doing, then we'll talk about what we're going to do next. Let me grab the chart. This is a chart. It's the comprehensive feeding regimen, and it's a chart that we all put together to figure out how to use the basics of Nectar, this stuff right here, in conjunction with some other stuff, like the SLF100, the cultured biologics, the microbe life, the full-on, the Bigfoot mycorrhiza, how all those things worked and how they all work together. And I think we made really good progress with that, but we got to a point where we were, just kind of feeling like we've done quite a bit with this. Let's back up a little bit and explore how we can do more with the Nectar. Kind of felt like while we could get a lot from using these other things, we may be able to find more gains by really digging into Nectar for the Gods. And that's what brought us to this, Bloom Chaos. Because Bloom Chaos is kind of the throttle of the line, of the Nectar for the Gods line. It's what takes all the stuff that does all the good stuff it does and makes it do more of that good stuff. So we've been working with this, and it's really worked pretty well. And that's what led us to going from using our comprehensive feeding chart to using the Greek regimen, which gives us some guidance on how much to use of the Bloom Chaos, but also it's got a couple other things on here that we hadn't talked about yet, Aphrodite's Extraction and the Kraken, that add some dimension to the line, and while not necessarily necessary, do give improvement and are valuable in most situations, if not all. So let's just take a look at them. We'll get into the Kraken, but first let's just get after this Aphrodites Extraction. Now, what is Aphrodites Extraction? That's a good question. I've got the answer right here on the little, this is like a little chart you can get at one of the stores when you come in that tells you about the different products. There's one for the Spartan line, one for the Greek, and then one that covers some of the Roman stuff. But let's just get on here and look at it. Aphrodite's Extraction provides a rich blend of sucrose, glucose, and phosphates for the microbial field in the soil. In addition to calcium, microbes need carbon in order to manufacture complex proteins for normal growth and reproduction. Sucrose is one of the most available forms of carbon for a plant. When sucrose and glucose are blended with proteins, it becomes a microbial feast. So I think that's fair enough for now. I think what we should just do is give it a try, see how it works, and if you have any specific questions about it, put those in the comments, and we'll ask Scott Ostrander about that when we talk to him for viewer questions. So let's get this Greek regimen out here and take a peek. So the plan for today is to use the early flowering, so 10 milliliters of Medusa's Magic and Gaia Mania, 15 of Athena's Aminas, 10 of the Demeter's Destiny. We're not going to do the Kraken yet. We'll talk about that on the next show. And then 5 milliliters of the Aphrodite's Extraction, then our 30 of Herculean Harvest like we've been doing, and a little bit of Zeus juice, and then we're going to do our Bloom Chaos. It's going to be fun! Okay, so I put in the Medusa's Magic, the Gaia Mania, the Athena's Aminas, the Demeter's Destiny, and now I'm putting in 5 milliliters of the Aphrodite's Extraction. And then I'll add in my Herculean Harvest, my Zeus Juice, and anything else. So I just put in my Herculean Harvest, and now I'm going to drop in a little bit of Zeus Juice. That might have been a little much. I'm going to mix that up, and then we're going to pH. So I'll take my initial reading while I mix the mixture up. That's 7.5 there, dropping down. Pretty steady at 5.8. I'm going to give my, wrong bottle. I'm going to give my Olympus up a good shake. A little bit in there. And mix it up again while looking at my reading. It's slowly creeping up there. It's at 6.1. So I'm just going to give it just a touch more and call it good. Now that we got that all mixed up, we're going to add in anything extra we might be adding in, which today is just the SLF100. Put a little bit of that in there. About 2 teaspoons. Give that a mix. And then the last thing right before we water is we're going to put in our Bloom Chaos. And we're going to do, what was I saying? 10 milliliters of the Bloom Chaos. Is that right? 10. 2 teaspoons. Let's go water. So any questions you might have or comments about Aphrodites Extraction or anything else, just throw those in the comments. We'll talk about that next time. And I'll see you then. I love you. The OCG Fam Show.